Hello, hello, SpeedGaming 2. I'm Samuel6710. We've got another match here in the Metroid Prime Randomizer Tournament bracket stage of catHuman versus BajaBlood. I'm joined here by my tracker, Warren Traveler, helping to press all the buttons, making sure we know who has what. Although in this case, I believe we are using an auto tracker. So in this case, they'll be helping out, figuring out what we have in terms of checks. So it's just a standard preset, nothing too crazy. We just get to see who comes out on top, who's better here, and it's a pretty interesting matchup. BajaBlood definitely the one who has been around for longer and is known for his pretty impeccable routing, but catHuman has definitely been cooking up a lot in terms of the movement side, and definitely no short of practice there either, so should be good. Alright, and they have gotten started in the race time, and we'll see them catch up here in a second. Looks like we will have to sync up, but we'll get that wrapped up here in a bit. Alright, and they're off. Alright, in terms of predictions for this seed, I'm going to assume we're going to have something in lower minds, I'll say. Bombs, okay. Having that early does make routing a lot easier. We're going to have a pretty open Chozo, I imagine. Just a missile under the ship there. So, no early hints just yet. We get to go straight to Chozo. We get either, could be like Space Jump, Morph Ball, missiles. I don't know if either player scanned to see if that was launched under the ship, but we'll know, given that Hive taught him his Morph Ball, we'll know anyways. Hey, I'd argue lower minds is fun times as well. And some pretty, a lot of sync here in the early game. Looks like just a missile there on the grapple edge. Some nice movement there from catHuman. That's a wave beam up at the half pipe and a missile up there. Movement looks very similar to what I do. So yeah, catHuman, I'd say definitely has the advantage in the movement department. He's been spending a lot of time practicing on that. Baja, though, definitely has the benefit with the, whatchamacallit, routing. Pretty important term to know. Although I believe Baja is playing on console and catHuman is on emulator, so I guess there is the load time benefits, but movement can definitely make up for that. Ooh, and oh, that's sick. Yeah, you can use the lock on there from the blast shield. Normally you would use a wasp, but because the Rando lets you lock onto those, you can implement a strat there. It's pretty awesome. Here's a Hive Totem from Baja. It's a vanilla launcher. There we go. And there's Morph Ball. Okay, so we are immediately seeing Divergence, both of which I'm not sure about because personally I think I would be going back for Ruined Gallery. It's also, we also have the 2 checks from Gallery, not just the tunnel. Doing this first is kind of weird to me. I really wouldn't want to isolate it. You gotta check for SJ and Vault. I'd still say you go back for Vault after you do the Gallery checks. Looks like just a missile there, and we're immediately backing out afterwards. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I would personally do the Ruined Gallery checks and then go into Vault. Unless we plan on warping to start for hints, which I think is the plan here. I feel like the warp to start would be a little early though. I think personally I would stick around in Chozo. Because of layer nonsense, the platforms haven't lowered there, so Baja going to be jumping. Also, it looks like catHuman opting to go from the front instead, which is interesting. Looks like they have some sort of setup for that dash on the branch there. I might need to yoink that. Just a missile in the tunnel. And Spider, okay. Upper Dynamo, probably. Oh, what is there in nursery? Oh, it's supers. Okay. The vault play makes a tiny bit more sense now. Alright. Baja looking like he's still going to opt for hints, though. I personally wouldn't with supers because it's pointing towards the tree with the early Morphin bombs and launcher. I mean, so much of Chozo looks attractive right now. But who knows? And yeah, supers and Spider are next to each other is very telling. Oh, catHuman. We might be seeing a roll into the half pipe here. It's a little bit tricky, but we do have numerous setups. Oh, absolutely fantastic. First try. Amazing. Tree, I cannot quite tell what that is. Either that was space jump or missiles, and also there's thermal here in Ferret Crash Site. A major, but not exactly what we need. Okay, Jeff is saying missile. Thank you, mate. PD expansion there. Definitely take that. Just another missile, Rune Shrine. But I'll have some trouble here with this slope jump. The slope jump is arguably quite a bit harder than the dash. In my opinion. It's a little tricky. catHuman is going to slope jump here to try and peek the item. That... I couldn't quite tell. Let me look at the replay. I want to say that was a missile. I think if it was something important, catHuman might try to do the NSJ climb for it. Nice little NSJ strat to climb this room quickly. And we're moving on to the rest of Chozo now. This could be pretty good for catHuman if Baja doesn't find anything quite important. Looks like Fountain is nothing noteworthy. Probably the biggest thing Baja could find here is maybe Boost Ball or Space Jump. Looks like catHuman's opting to climb up this room first, which is interesting to me. The only reason I tend to see people check Gathering Hall first is if Spider Ball is up here, but there is an argument to be made if it's Space Jump or even Gravity Suits. Okay, it's just a nothing. To get lower Watery Hall more easily. Maybe it even looks like we're going for a hit play, or we just safety save in case we want to do Watery Hall. Okay, we get Grapple Beam and Artifact Temple. We're getting early hints from Baja here. Let's take a look. Transport Access, MQB, Cargo Freight Lift. Okay, there's a hard supers requirement in lower mines. Let's one check that Phazon can't be. There's Elder Chamber, Burn Dome, and PCA. Okay. We've got a pseudo X-ray requirement as well. Those aren't... I mean, there's no PMT requirements, and we have a super requirement with supers already, so not too bad, given that we can get this X-ray soon enough. Oh my gosh, that's Ice Beam, okay. Um, Looks like we may get quite the late space jump boot seed. Right, just into some lower dynamo. Let's see what we get in upper. Now this is Baja's last check here in Talon. Grapple wasn't really going to be very useful unless Magma Pool ends up becoming important. Okay, this is the missile. So it looks like Baja did get punished for going to Talon early, I'd say. The hints didn't really give any good intel for Chozo, besides Zoid being required, I guess. Yeah, Baja not being punished this time, which is quite surprising. Oh, that space jump. Ugh. Okay. catHuman is one attempt for this. So, yeah. It's gonna be a little close. Oh, yep. Okay. Space jump there is such. It's so mean. We logically need gravity suit to get that. Doing it the NSJ slope jump without any energy is really annoying. This does mean though that so catHuman can choose to delay picking up that ice beam again in the search for gravity suit, or even just an energy tank to make that a lot easier or get more leeway. Yes, I agree, Jeff. It is perhaps the most important expert trick in the database for beginner logic. Baja also going to be grabbing the PB expansion. Oh, choked the dash there. Doing the dash from that spot in particular is pretty weird. Typically you want to do it this side of the half pipe closest to the scan point you're dashing off of. Okay, we'll get Zoid from catHuman. We know this is required, so this is no time lost whatsoever. There's our artifact. If we get gravity suit here on Zoid, then that space jump boosts are pretty free. We might end up, this might just end up being another plasma hunt seed without boost ball. So this may not, so it won't matter very much possibly that Baja does not have wave beam going in here. The only thing is that if catHuman wants to be super rewarded by getting wave beam early, is foregoing the Tower of Light checks after space jump. That was a bad Zoid for the Rando Zoid. Usually they're much faster. Okay, we do get an E-Tank. That could make the slope jump a lot more enticing. catHuman is short Ice Beam, although Ice Beam may not matter very much. The only thing that Ice Beam could be required for getting Space Jump is if we find Boost Ball and... or... I mean, yeah, it's just if we find Boost Ball and then we have Vanilla Ice or Hall of the Elders is Gravity Suit. Okay, so we are not going back to Warrior Hall just after the first C-Tank, which is fair. We will get stopped at Crossway. I think a lower furnace here is going to be something important based on this then. Okay, it's another E-Tank. That's not important. important, but it could be useful. I think this actually does mean that Hall of the Elders is like we're kind of low on logical checks besides Flagra. Flagra and Ghost actually are pretty interesting. They could be the gravity suit we're looking for to put everything into logic. Ooh. That dash there is a little weird. You have to bend correctly so you don't hit the Shriek Bats and you don't hit into any collision. Baja needs to be a little careful on the health here. Okay, so catHuman is going to save warp here, but we do know that unfortunately it's not going to be anything important. Might leave a pivot save here though, so that'll minimize a lot of time loss? No, okay, we're just saving... Okay, so we're just going back for Ice Beam now. And probably the SJ. The Gravity Suit logic isn't very important. But it is worth noting, because that might guarantee that Flogger or Ghosts is gravity, and if we're not interested in it, then we can just ignore that check. Albeit Cargo Freight Lift is an artifact, and while Gravity Suit is very much optional, it is faster. You know. The NSJ Slope Jump is expert logic, and you just need a certain amount of health to get through it. And technically speaking, you can do it without any E-tanks. Looks like we are... I think we're slope jumping the right spot. It looks like we're holding in for a little too long, and we're not moving towards the slope jump quick enough. There we go. Alright, that is very, very, very nice slope jump to know. Alright, there is the Ice Beam acquired. So now a lot of the game is open. Well, not that much, given that we do not have Varia Suit yet. Oop, try to do a little fancy dash there. That one's pretty tricky. So we got, let's see. So it looks like catHuman is going to warp to start here. This isn't actually going to punish them because they can now route through Overgrown Cavern, and if they want to, they can go into the front and get Tower of Light and Tower Chamber as well. And if they want, they can even push into the Magma Pool sides out of logic. Kind of hard to say how you would want to do it, but based on statistics, since the Tower of Light stuff has traditionally not had much progression, I think it might be worth going into Overgrown Cavern instead. Given that we don't find Varia in, like, Root Cave. But if we do, that'd be really nice, because that means X-Ray is going to be in logic quite early. It is worth noting that Space Jump is locked, because Space Jump is locked by gravity and Thermal is in Frigate Crash Site, this means that Frigate is actually logically available quite early. So that could mean that Varia is even in like something like Biohazard or even Upper Mines. Is catHuman gonna check artifacts here? They have not yet, but probably would with those beams. Albeit without Varia Suit, I guess you are somewhat limited, but I think it's still worth considering. Wave Beam is in logic with just Space Jump Leno, so Boost Ball may still be quite late. Unless Wave Beam locks Gravity Suit somehow, but I don't think it can. Or at least at this point it probably can't. Alright, there's the artifact reading. Uh, Baja, not certain what he wants to do here. Looks like he's going to go back for that space jump to attempt the slope jump. I'm honestly not super certain what his confidence level is with that slope jump, but I guess we'll see. And this is a reminder for our viewers to stay hydrated. There we go. Got that slip jump pretty quickly on Baja's side. Nice. All right. So, Baja probably just going to go back for the wave beam, I imagine. Ooh, nice. It's a favorite strat of mine that catHuman did there. So, X-Ray does logically lock these checks, but we might as well do them while we're here. Yeah, Baja is going back for that wave beam, so probably going to see the Tower of Light side here. Although typically it has not been very good spots for progression, so we might not see much. Another E-tank there. We might want these because there is a small chance we end up doing some VMR, given the late variacy we have going on. I mean, honestly, there's a world where you could consider doing it here and now, but given that you've got Ice Beam, you probably want to leave that for later after you've done everything that's in logic. Alright, we are seeing the Tower of Light climb. I'm curious where catHuman decides to. Okay, yeah. Tower of Missiles. And catHuman deciding to go towards for a crash site side? This makes sense. Tower Chamber, just Ice Spreader. Okay. So yeah, nothing noteworthy in the Tower of Light side. There's our thermal on catHuman side. Probably thinking about the frigate play. May not actually decide to go into frigate, although it is more tempting because we know Cargo Freight Lift is an artifact, so we do have to go there at some point with whatever we have, preferably with gravity just so it's faster. Nice little dash there. It's a nice strat. What is that? Wavebuster. Hello. And Baja is going back through here. Did he? Oh, he's safe warping. Interesting. Okay. Save warping is kind of weird to me. I think you would just go through the elevator because you also want to get Root Cave and Arbor Chamber, I imagine, before Overrun Cavern. But it looks like Ba's going to leave it alone for now. We do know that they're dead, so Baja won't be punished for it, but... Okay, power wall expansion there. Useful. Not logically important, however. Where are we going here, catHuman? Another save? Okay, interesting. I'm not sure what the save... Oh! Oh, we're going straight for life growth stuff. Okay. I was thinking we do the Hall of the Elder stuff first, but that is a telltale sign that we are going to see boostless life growth tunnel, or at least an attempt It is a rather infamous trick. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's Plasma Beam. I don't know if we want to do this now. Yeah, I think catHuman's debating too. Because if we reset out of here, we need to come back for that Plasma. Alright, well. Okay. We need to do a bit of a tricky double bomb jump over here. I can't recall if catHuman knows the half-pipe bomb jump or even wants to attempt it. Oh, well, we've fallen. So we are going to see an attempt. Ooh, that actually looks pretty good. Oh, the last bomb was off. Unfortunate there. Those bomb placements are good, but pretty late on a lot of those. We are going to see the Hall of the Elders truck from Baja as well. That's still good, but we need a little bit better timing on those bombs. Just to not try to Hall of the Elders, okay. That is not the gravity suit we're looking for, so I think it has to be on Flagra Ghosts, or even Flagra Ghosts has boost and gravity suit is up here? No? That's a missile and crossway? This is giving some time for Baja to catch up. It seems like he is going to be pretty late to the Plasma Beam, however. Oh, what was that? That looked important. Is that that can't be our gravity suit, can it? I mean, it could, but what is that? Oh, it's X-ray. Okay, well, okay, we can just do. Okay, wow. All right. Alright, catHuman takes the reset here. This is giving Baja a lot of time to catch up. That X-ray is really nice, and that's going to point him towards Great Tree Chamber more here. And once he does get Plasma, he's just... I mean, right now, he's just arguably ahead of catHuman. He's got the X-ray in hand. And yeah, he is going to find that Plasma. Yeah, committing to the boostless life growth tunnel there, I don't really think was the right play unless you're really confident. catHuman is going back for the Plasma. But what this does mean is that, so if X-ray is locking Plasma, so that doesn't mean, I'm just trying to see if this fits at all to the gravity suit logic, and it really doesn't, because the only way that X-ray gets in logic before the space jump is Ghost being boost and power bombs, but X-ray can't actually, or rather Plasma can't actually lock gravity suit here. Yeah, we are actually in. We already have most of what we need to finish the game. Now we just need to find Phazon suit, round our artifacts, and maybe find boost ball on the way. Thing is, though, catHuman. I mean, surely catHuman gets X-ray here in a bit. Baja is going back for Elder Chamber, which is an artifact, I believe. Yes, French vanilla. Yeah, so what do you do here? So Varia is still missing. I think you just assume that gravity is plant ghosts and move on with your life. There's nothing, I mean, nothing can be in Magmor that's necessary other than Phazon. It might be a little, inconvenient if Boost Ball is in Magmor, but it's not a big deal. Okay, we're seeing a save warp from Baja. Nice landing there from catHuman. That's actually pretty hard to do. It's really annoying. What is Baja's plan here? Are we... Oh, we might see a VMR into the far Magmor side. He did isolate Root Cave Arbor Chamber. Oh, oops. Go to Mines through Magmor. I feel like Mines through Magmor here is really... I don't really feel like that's the best play. Because I think doing the upper Mines checks is very worthwhile. Yeah, I just feel like it's kind of a... It's a bit of a flaw, because Baja did not do Root Cave Arbor Chamber before... Oh, okay. He's just not doing it anyways. Well, there's the Elder Chamber artifact from catHuman as well. I can't tell if Baja is hot-dogging that, or just logically in his head it can't be anything important. Because the only thing it could be is Phazon Suit that's required, but... I don't know, I'm not a fan of the routing gear personally. We are going to get this VMR. Ooh, bad R jump. Bad R jump. Real bad R jump. We should have enough health to do it again, but oh boy. That looks a little better. Oh my god. He is going to have very little health to navigate here. Oh, and the jet got him. Good lord. Okay, well, that could have gone better. I think catHuman has forgotten that he has Spider Ball, because he just got... Oh, or maybe used at the end there. Just got X-Ray without use of it. Alright, well, Baja, again, going back for this VMR. Still not considering Root Cave or Arbor Chamber. Still don't know if that's a hot dog or an intentional play. Let's see if catHuman decides to do something similar, or does decide to bar skip. I do feel like bar skip here is a more justifiable play, but you can argue if you're trying to hyper route, or rather hyper focus on the artifacts, you can do that Magmor VMR into transport access, but right? That R jump looks better. There we go. I don't think we're worried about ever doing Flogger and Ghosts, because even if we assume that it's gravity and like, oh, that dash, and cargo, even though cargo freight lift is an artifact, you know, doing it without gravity is not really much of an issue at all, especially if we manage to find boost on our way throughout the game. I guess we could also consider that Flogger Ghosts is just Varia Suit, and Gravity is in Magmor. Looks like Workstation, nothing of note there. Baja is going into Fen, which I do mostly agree with, but it becomes tricky because we're only really looking for Phazon, and both Fen and Mines are completely untouched, and we only have transport access for a Fen artifact. Yeah, you can definitely just turn around for Mines, because yeah, Phazon Suit, always in Mines, stuff like that. But it doesn't feel like the most comfortable call to make, because you're leaving behind so many checks. But you do get to clear out the rest of the artifacts as well, and you could also go for the hints. catHuman is bar skipping here, but a lot of these bomb placements, they're fine. Just need to hold forward a little earlier. Baja is going to have to be careful here because with only one E-Tank and no suit damage reduction, mines can get kind of sketchy, especially if we're going all the way through lore. Oh wait, Workstation is something? Workstation might actually be an E-Tank, I think. Or maybe even Gravity? No, Gravity can't be here, right? Right? I mean, actually, I think it could. It's an E-Tank? Okay. Can't even dig it bar skip. We are going into mines. I mean, doing the puzzle for E is slow, but mines without any E-Tanks for someone who may not be super confident in avoiding taking damage, especially if we're going all the way into PCA, I think it's understandable why the play we made. And yes, as Jeff has said, dying is slow and bad. Alright, well, we'll see. catHuman is just a phase-on suit away from go mode. And Upper Mines definitely has some statistically decent chances for being here, for having phase-on suit. Baja did not save. That's right. That's peculiar. Interesting to think that maybe he decided not to save because it was slow and then go out of the way for the E-Tank. I guess the E-Tank does provide... Oh, what was that? I think it was nothing, maybe. The E-Tank does provide more long-term security. It looks like catHuman is going to take a safety save before pushing into Mag War. Or, excuse me, Mines. Or not? Well, we don't have boost. So, Elite Research is a little bit annoying, but we do have X-Ray to peek the item, plus the manip is not very difficult. Okay, we get PCA from Baja, PB expansion. We will definitely take that. I really don't like skipping Upper Mines here, personally. Especially since Boost is out there, and if we find Boost, it's a really nice time save. Baja is going to fish for a PB drop, which he did get. Though grabbing the drop from there is a little annoying, but we did secure it. Alright, there's Storage Depot B, which is just a missile. What does Baja do from here? Looks like wanted to do lower mines there, but went a little too far and hit the trigger. I'm really worried that Upper Mines is going to come back to bite catHuman, honestly. It isn't that bad, though, because we do need to just get through lower mines regardless. Okay, well, there's Area Suit. Vent Shaft seemed to be dead because Baja didn't bother with it. Speaking of dead, Central Dynamo, just a missile. catHuman just going to take out the pirate here, but fortunately did give it the stink eye, so is going to pick a fight with us. Yeah, Phase-On Suit can definitely be on Chozo Ghosts. Phase-On Suit can be anywhere except PMT. This also does mean that Gravity is on Sun Chamber or Ghosts. What is MQA? Oop, took that dash there. There's the MQA special there. Using a power bomb. Don't know about that one, Chief. We may want to conserve them. Just a missile up there. We have supers for OP, so the fight should be pretty straightforward. catHuman is going to conserve missiles here, probably for the upcoming OP fight. Well, Grav could be in cargo freight lift if it wasn't an artifact. So at this point, gravity has to be the sun chamber checks. catHuman taking out the drone here when we do not need to do this unless they really want to safety save, which I think they're debating. It looks like they do want to do this for a safety save, which I think is kind of unnecessary because there are many safety strats that you could do instead. That would still be faster than doing this. Especially with the maze, it's kind of bad. We are going to have to take some PMT damage due to our lack of boost ball on Baja's side. The only thing that PMT could be is boost ball if we really want it, and it's a missile. Yeah, really rough maze there. But we do get a save station out of it. Alright, Fungal Hall B. Not even going to check it, just going to go for it. It's a nothing. Baja is going to try and get a drop from these Metroids. We technically don't really need one unless we're going for some sort of advanced OP strat, but using just supers is more than sufficient. According to Jeff, late Varia makes a Magmor Phazon suit more likely. That does make some amount of sense, but at the same time, Phazon suit always in mind, haha. Alright, there's our MQB artifact. We just had PCA, and then after that, it is, what was it? Right, cargo freight lift. catHuman also using Power 1 here to do with the MQA Metroids. Oh, and we got return on investment. Nice. I agree, Nye, but it is unfortunately the way things are for this game. Alright, now we're at OP. Looks like we're going to conserve the missiles for the Super 1 cycle. We need exactly 17 to pull it off. Alright. What was full hall access? I didn't actually notice. Just a missile. Makes sense. We did not do trooper skip, or at least did not attempt. I wasn't quite sure. I didn't quite see. We're going to do these wave pirates, but should be able to deal with them before OP gets on our case. Alright, we fire 2 missiles into a super missile shot, and then we just use super missiles for the rest of it. I thought Baja had 1 PV. I guess I didn't see. Alright, there we go. Nicely done. It's just an E-tank on OP. So, how does Baja decide to route this from here, I wonder? Because he did not get the various suits, so getting through Magmor is a little bit annoying. Trooper Skip does also saves time. About, what? I'd say like 6 seconds. Another power bomb there going to use some fungal hull B. Another return on investment. Looks like Baja's gonna save warp. Okay. Possibly going to cargo freight lift just for the artifact and hint. How does it save time? There's an animation that OP does before he goes invisible. If you may remember, if you don't PB him, he sort of gets up after summoning the troops. And there's this whole animation from him like losing his exoskeleton body. Or the armor, I guess. If you do trooper skip, that animation gets skipped and it goes straight to going invisible. Getting cargo freight lift is definitely the slowest it could be with what we have here, but I'm not sure if Baja knows our pseudo-gravity trick, but there is a method of traversing research core that makes it a lot faster. I'm really not sure how much time the phase-on suit hint would save here. Because, I mean, well, it's either really the only checks or areas we are worried about for phase-on are Phendrana or Magmor. So it's still pretty useful, it's just, it takes a long time to get. And I could see someone maybe making the argument of maybe just going into Magmor. Okay, we are seeing this pseudo-gravity trick. Given that it's done right, the lower half of the room will be treated as if we have gravity suit. At least in terms of physics, not in terms of our vision. I can't tell if Baja forgot he has thermal or just is electing not to use it. I really can't wait for it to say the phase-on suit is in phase-on mines, and it's just going to be on Philip. Oh, it looks like catHuman messed up a bit there. Don't know if they're going to be able to get that one cycle. They stood in the incorrect spot. Ooh, especially with that pirate. Yeah, it just riffled immediately. That is a pretty unfortunate time loss for catHuman. Phase-on suit and Freya would definitely be funny. Honestly, I would say it's worth leaving a pivot save, but if you don't have boost, then Ridley is probably slower than just walking back. I believe when they say Chozo Temple, they are referring to Chozo Ice Temple. Alright, one more super will put down OP here. And there we go. Now we're seeing a Ridley on Baja's side. If we see a flyby skip here, I'll eat a shoe. Nope, that was too late. Another day that I spend without eating a shoe. And yeah, we do not have many missiles for boostless Ridley, so this fight is gonna take a hot minute. So catHuman doesn't seem to be electing to save warp here, because they still have transport access. I wonder if that artifact location is going to encourage them to maybe delay the phase-on suit hint, or at least consider it. Ugh, that jump to that platform there on catHuman's side was pretty sketchy. R jumped it, I think, for some reason. And yeah, Baja is pretty confidently ahead. Some interesting commitments from catHuman has made it so that Baja's managed to pull ahead. I think the Life Curve Tunnel one was a pretty big one. I think, did Baja hit that snipe? I think he did. That was pretty impressive. You could also consider doing Research Core into Frost Cave in Save Warp. But Labs does get you more check chunks. Or a bigger chunk of checks. Alright, Baja should just need one more good charge shot to put down Ridley. Yeah, Phazon isn't Magmor. That is going to be pretty annoying for Baja. It could be doable. But you have no suits. You don't have any sort of extra damage reduction and 4E tanks. You can't really do that much. Okay, catHuman looks interested in at least Quarantine Monitor. Nice snipe there from Baja. And there Ridley goes. Nice dash from catHuman there. Oh my god, Nye. Alright, Phazon suit is... And Phazon... What did I say? What did I say? I told it, I said it, I said it, I summoned it, I knew it. 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 You see, if catHuman had gotten that, right? I said it would come back to bite catHuman. Ugh, man, do I love and hate this game. Alright, we are getting the, at least the Research Core check here. Which is just a missile. Boost Ball is still, missing. So this does place Baja very confidently in the lead. Frost Cave, just a missile there, and it does look like they are interested in just going to the save station. Oh, just barely missed the dash there. I did also say that it was just going to be on Phillip or something, so maybe I'll get the double prediction correct. There's the dash. There we go. I wouldn't say I cursed this seed to have Phazon suit there. I think I just was just being a little clairvoyant. There are a lot of good attempts here, but just barely missing it. Ooh, that was really close. Having a fair amount of trouble with it here. Definitely the bomb jump of all bomb jumps. There we go, nicely done. catHuman also doing the strat here for getting pseudo-gravity effects. So, we've got Storage Depot A, we've got Philip, and we've got the Upper Elite Research item, which is going to be, I think statistically Storage Depot A is the best one, but I did guess Philip earlier. Alright, here we go. That is a missile. It is not Storage Depot A. The most interesting would probably be the Upper Elite Research item, because then we get to see the boostless spinner minute. Alright, Philip. Don't let me down. Moment of truth. Oh, wow. I can't believe I called it. Well. Neither Bath gemmed the seed. Yes, I think Baja does win this. Although, as we always know, the only winner of every single one of these seeds is Randomania. Alright, yeah. Well, I guess Gravity Suit is in Sun Chamber. I'm gonna say Boost Ball is probably in Magmor. I think this is the first time in a while that I've seen a seed with just Phazon Suit being the suit to finish with. No Varia or Gravity. Alright, and we have a decent loadout for final bosses. We definitely want more missiles as we had them, but it'll do. catHuman, please be just the teensiest bit careful. You are on 24 health. With just one E-Tank. Alright, grounded Ridley on catHuman's side. I'm gonna guess a Wave Beam start. Oh my goodness, catHuman. Please stay alive. Oh, yeah, that was a Wave Beam start. We do have supers, which are... Oh, shot that a little too early. Looks like catHuman as well is doing pretty okay, but we're out of missiles. Uh-oh. catHuman. Oh, it's... Okay, is that I? Oh, no, okay, we're good. Ice Spreader as well is quite nice, although it is understandable to want to save it for super missiles. And also... Maybe Ice Spreader on the run by? No? Okay. Maybe not. Nice shot, okay. No need to use a super here. Should just be able to use a charge shot. There we go. Shouldn't need to worry about the orbs. Oh no, we still have a wave phase to get through. Alright, one more wave beam charge shot and we're good. catHuman has gotta be feeling pretty bad about that Phazon suit location, because catHuman was right there. Just barely missed that plasma snipe. Good, got the one in the back. Plasma ice isn't great RNG. You like to have them spaced in between the bad ones so that you can have more damage going on in the next one. But with supers isn't too bad, given that this next phase is power. Yeah, okay. Good melee manips there. Plasma start is always good. Nice, hit that plasma snipe. Got the one on the back as well. It's just a wave beam phase. It's not too bad because we got a lot of damage from plasma. Got the wave beam snipe as well. Ooh, and it's plasma again. That is pretty solid RNG. I kind of agree with you, Storm. Just wing it. Nice, another snipe there. And got the shot. It's again wave beam. It doesn't even matter. Really, really nice last sub chamber there. Alright, on to Essence, and we got both our visors. catHuman once again at the bar skip here. Alright, 15 attack cancels, or animation cancels. Nice, got the bar skip pretty quickly. Decent first pool. Essence is in a fine spot, I think. Only missed one animation cancel there, not too bad. Now, are we going to see some pool cancels? Looks like it. We just need to find it. Here we go. Oop. Baja kind of struggled to find it. We're in it now. Okay, there we go. GG. 105-32. GG to Baja. And catHuman has thrown out a DNF. Alright, we'll get them into the booth for a post-race interview here in a second. Hello, Baja. GG.
Hello.
Congrats. Phase on student, phase on lines.
Yeah, I was kind of pleased by that, honestly. Magmore was a little spooky.
Yeah, we were a little worried about that, but you were right next to Varia because it was an elite control access.
Oh, gross.
Yep. Hello, catHuman. Alright, yeah. Those are pretty peculiar seed with the front-loaded beams and the space jump logic.
Yeah, I knew the whole time, like, Usthoot was in Sun Chamber, one of the two checks, but I never knew which one. I didn't care to find out until the seed made me need one of them. And it just never did.
Are you in credits, by the way? Are you able to see where Boost Ball was hiding? Because neither you nor catHuman found it.
Yes, such late game check says Warrior Shrine.
Yeah, okay, it wasn't Magmore. Yeah, alright. But catHuman was typically ahead at the start. The main difference early game was you opted for Talon early, whereas catHuman stuck around for a bit longer until Gathering Hall, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't feel great. Like, I wanted to spike Spacer boost and not leave Wave behind. The spider was definitely an indication that that wasn't super likely to pan out, but I still decided to go for it. And I like having hints right away as well. But
yeah, that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
There was also well, since catHuman went to Talon with Space Jump and Ice, they were able to route in the Root Cave Arbor Chamber into the far Chozo side.
Mm-hmm.
The thing there was that catHuman tried to do Boostless Life Growth Tunnel after Plasma, and they were there for several minutes.
Gotcha.
And eventually they reset out, had to go back for that Plasma, and during that time you managed to pull ahead a bit. And from there, your routes looked like they were going to converge, but then you went into Magmore to VMR, whereas catHuman did bar skip in the upper mines.
Okay. Oh, but they didn't get the phase on.
Yeah,
so
so
did they just go
when
straight down, or
the catHuman went into upper mines, they did main quarry and security access A, but opted not to push any further.
Gotcha.
I actually said verbatim when they were doing that I felt like not doing those over mines checks would come back to bite them. And lo and behold, and then later on I went to say that I bet phase on Zeus just could be on Philip or something. And once again, lo and behold.
Oh. Yeah, I decided to just skip out on that and try to get lower mine stuff. Because I felt like really behind after, failing Life Grove and spending a lot of time on other stuff.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I was, I don't know if Bro was watching, but I was mentally calling him, yelling at me for skipping ECA on the way down.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would have been funny if it was in Magmore and I got super punished by that. I definitely would have been doing some unnecessary hell running.
Yeah, it could have gone pretty differently.
Yeah. Yeah, my E10 count was not good. I felt bad picking up the stupid workstation one, but I'm like, I was already at that point worried about VMR, let alone just like lower mines with no suit, no damage reduction.
Hmm. Yeah. Besides that, there wasn't too much difference in the routing because after catHuman went to upper mines and you were like going in, you were I think you were in like Magmor workstation roughly at the same time. You both kind of converged at lower mines, Baja being a bit ahead. And from there, the routing was pretty similar. It was just that since catHuman didn't VMR, they ended up going into Farfetch'd Rana just to get transport access while also peeking Research Core and Frost Cave into a save warp.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it was mainly the early game and the mid game routing divergences that seemed to have mattered. Although it could have gone quite a bit differently if catHuman did obviously commit to the rest of upper mines.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So yeah. I think that's everything that was noteworthy, I believe. Uh, Both of you picked up pretty much everything else. Uh, did I have any questions? I feel like there were... So, one question I do have to ask you, Baha, is when you went to Overgrown Cavern in the Talon, after getting like Tower of Light, what made you not do Root Cave and Arbor Chamber? Actually, what just made you not do Root Cave and Arbor Chamber when you went back there again into Magmore?
Um, I don't know. They weren't in logic, and like they're kind of out of the way because I wanted to like I knew there had to like at that point I pretty much knew a suit was on Sun Chamber, and therefore the world was open, and so my plan was always bar skip into mines to look for plasma if it didn't turn up in Lake Chozo. So like it didn't really route well into that. Um,
Well, you passed it on your way into Magmore to VMR.
oh yeah, but I was like phase on hunt hit mode at that point. Like after plasma, um, the only thing I care about is phase on suit, and the game's gonna if the game says Talon, that'll be the first place I check, and otherwise those checks don't matter at all. Like I guess
I
it could
see.
have been good, but
Well, they were dead, so never punished.
yeah.
Yeah, when I went to do Life Grove, it was like partway through when I was, stuck in the tunnel that I realized, wait a minute, I could just go to mines and get all the artifacts. Because I didn't have Varia, of course. So I was kind of worried about that.
Yep. Routing in cargo freight lift was a little weird. We were kind of curious whether or not any of you would consider doing frigate from the front. Although I think it makes sense why you wouldn't, since they mainly just serve as a hallway.
Oh, just full. Well, I didn't have boost or grab, so
Yeah, so it's quite slow.
well, I don't. I mean, can you even get through hat? Like you just get stuck, right?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is all my questions, comments, and concerns. I do want to compliment catHuman on your first try, roll in into the half pipe to get wave beam on your way
Ooh,
into the rest of Chozo.
very nice.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, something I learned recently.
And you didn't have to worry about Tower of Light or the train chamber stuff because they were all dead.
How early did you go for the space jump cat?
I tried to get it once when I didn't have any E-tanks and then died, and then after I did Zoid and I think it was Lower Furnace, I went for it again and got it.
Yeah, same. Like I would have tried it with one. I actually barely would have made it out. Like I was like 4 health away from not needing an E-tank on when I went for it. But I was after having collected 2, so the pressure was off and probably made it easier.
Yeah, once you have like an E-tank or 2, it's like, oh, this isn't too bad.
Mhm.
Yep. It's always a fun space jump boost location. I wonder if the gravity was on Flogger or Ghost. It was probably Ghosts, but
Yeah, not sure. I
Well,
thought
I
about
mean,
doing forward plant on the way to wave beam and decided not to bother with it. Would have been a bit interesting.
well,
Probably
X-ray
like
was Upper Furnace,
mhm.
so I don't where Boost was. I don't know if that's logical to do Ghost without X-ray.
it's actually all you need to do Ghost logically is Power Beam.
Yep.
Here in the room. So
Okay.
Yep. I was actually kind of worried that one of you might miss on the X-ray because I know catHuman. I like both of you after Plasma, or at least catHuman. I think it was after Plasma. You did Elder Chamber, and I wasn't sure if you would push to get X-ray and Upper Furnace or not. That could have been kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I kind of
Although the
realized I
PCA
did.
wall crawl was always in the back pocket, I imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah, I still haven't learned how to do it from MQV, but yeah.
You know how to do it from Omega Research, but not MQB.
Nope.
That is impressive.
Yeah, that one's significantly harder from my understanding.
Yeah, it's tricky to say the least.
I just haven't got around to it.
It's not too hard. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Yeah, with that, I think that's all my comments, questions, and concerns.
Yeah. Thank you for doing the
You have anything
commentary.
else to say?
Yeah, I have nothing.
All right, thank you. It was a fun watch. It was good to get back into commentating. Yeah, thank you for the race. Warren Traveler, thank you very, very much for tracking this race. We appreciate you keeping track of everything. The !R in the chat. You can follow our runners, catHuman and BajaBlood, both very good Prime and Echoes randomizer players and CGC, and also a link to the past stuff as well, I think. Also follow both Warren Traveler and I for with !C in the chat. And with that, stay tuned for more bracket stuff. This has only been the first match in the best of 3 between you two, so we've got one more in the works eventually.
Yeah, we got game 2 of Schwartz versus Dacian tomorrow, about 24 hours from now. And game 1 was very close, so game 2 might also be a pretty exciting matchup here.
It was. I forgot. I was in the stream during that. I was on the edge of my seat. It was really close. So yeah, you guys once again, good luck on your future races. Good luck on the rest of the tournament. SpeedGaming, thank you very much for hosting. Thanks for watching all, and we will see you next mission.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.